Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. The Israelites have been scattered across the four corners of the earth, as prophesied in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Here in Israel United in Christ, we need your help to recover the remnant of our people, teach them the gospel. Please help us, support us, and join or donate to the Booster Club today. Shalom.
Things that we practice. It's familiar, yeah. Familiar. Go to familiar to the spirits that was doing them. Leviticus 18:1 to prove that. Leviticus 18:1 and the whole Ephesians 4:17.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children.
Christ spoke unto Moses.
Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. After the doings of the land of Egypt.
So after all the shaving your head, getting tattoos, laying with the same sex, laying with animals, period sex, 3 ways, laying with brothers, sisters, cousins, aunties, all that stuff.
Wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do.
Don't do those things. I'm telling you not to do them. Keep reading.
And after the doings of the land of Canaan.
So he said it again. Now he's getting even more specific, the land.
Whither I bring you, shall ye not do. Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances.
Don't walk in their ways. They walk in sinful ways. They don't have no God. That's why they do all that stuff. Keep reading.
Ye shall do my judgments.
Ye shall do my judgments. Keeping the laws.
And keep mine ordinances.
And keep mine orders that he's given us.
To walk therein. I am the Lord your God.
Get Ephesians. I'm going to read that while you get that. And he says, Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. So again, we keep his commandments. The commandments are life, sin is death. It's very simple as that.
Oh, so which verse?
Ephesians 4:17.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 17. This I say, therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk.
Don't walk as other nations. Don't act like them. Don't do the things that they do.
In the vanity of their mind.
In the vanity of their minds, because the things they do are vain. They have no meaning. They have no purpose.
Having the understanding darkened.
Having the understanding darkened. That's going to happen to us too if we keep walking in their ways.
Being alienated from the life of God.
Being alienated from the life of God, because they're going to be covenant breakers. When we do those things, we're covenant breakers, so the promise of the kingdom of God doesn't apply to us. We're getting separated from it. Being alienated means being separated. Keep reading.
Through the ignorance that is in them because of the blindness of their heart.
Damn. All right, let's get the T.I. daughter video. Who remembers what T.I. said a couple months ago? Abaya. What did he say? Is he allowed to answer questions? Is he allowed to answer stuff? Oh, never mind. No, he can't do it. All right, give it to David. How'd David do it? So what did T.I. say a couple months ago? Everybody blasted him for?
He was saying that he was talking to his daughter's gynecologist to figure out whether she was still a virgin.
So T.I. trying to keep his daughter from being a whore was dragged through the mud by his own people. But D. Wade putting up his son, letting him have gender confusion to change his gender, is being put in the pedestal like he's a king. Y'all see, that's Isaiah 5:20 in a nutshell. Get the video with them clucking birds, man. Damn. Play the video.
T.I. was on a podcast with our girls, Nas and Nadia, who we love. And it's called Ladies Like Us. It's a podcast where he talked about the fact that he takes his daughter, Deja, who's 18 years old, to the gynecologist every year to make sure that her hymen...
As a father, he could do whatever the hell he wants to do in his household. So other people speaking on that, they out of order, first of all. That's that independent black woman spirit.
As a father, you can, but as a black man, you out of order.
Is still intact. Now, that's a quote. If you don't know what a hymen is,
You are
it
not
is.
serious.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, it's in there, and that's usually what breaks during intercourse or when you lose your virginity.
So he takes his daughter
to the gynecologist. And a lot of people felt a way about this. So when it hit the blogs, people were like going off in the comments on Twitter. And then it later came out that Deja was actually liking some comments on Twitter.
Of course, because she wants to be a hoe. No, keep playing.
Saying that he was disgusting, possessive, and controlling.
So she's not in agreement with this, obviously.
So maybe she doesn't like...
She's liking the comments. I don't know what that means.
Pause it. The one in the middle, she's the most disgusted because she's like, I don't know why he's doing that. That's not your daughter. Keep playing.
Mother Nature greets you as a young woman. You do not want dad involved in anything happening there. You just don't.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So what do you
Wait. Why? Because she should kind of like stick with her dad or not?
Okay, I can't do no more. Pause, stop. Let's get Sirach 42 because they getting on my nerves.
Why he getting that? When you look at all those cluckers up there, what are the chances that their fathers did that for them? I never even thought of that. That's a brilliant idea, especially in today's society where you know it's this lust and scandalism going all over the place. Why wouldn't you want to make sure your daughter's keeping her purity? Especially as she started reaching ages of 18 and up. Why wouldn't you want to make sure your daughter keeping her stuff the way it's supposed to be? Why are we encouraging people to experiment at an early age when it's unnecessary? It's against the scriptures, one. And two, it's just being, because if she lay with somebody and catch something, whose fault is it? Everybody's going to say it's the dude's fault or her fault for not getting tested, but how is getting tested on a regular basis if you active any different from testing your daughter once a year to make sure that she's not active? Simple responsibility, man. And they shun that type of stuff in America.
Like you said, black men can't be fathers. I guess Sirach 42 and 9. T.I. is actually following the scriptures verbatim. Let's read that. Sirach 42 and 9.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 42, verse 9.
Uh-huh.
The father waketh. The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth.
Fathers are always worried about the well-being of their daughters. Way more than the sons, because they know they got to protect them, even more so than the son, because they know women are more of a prey to men than men are a prey to women, even though there are women who prey on little boys and other men, but it's more so men preying on sisters. Keep reading.
And the care for her taketh away sleep.
So fathers lose sleep trying to think about how they're going to take care of their daughters. Is she safe? Is she with, even when they're married, is he good to her? Does he beat her? Is he abusing her? Like even when women are married, fathers still worry about their children.
When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age.
So when she's young, keep reading again.
And being married,
lest
she pass away the flower of her age. And being married.
So when she's young, unless she's past the flower of the age, which is 20 years old, and is married.
And being married, lest she should be hated.
Lest she should be hated because.
In her virginity, lest she should be defiled.
Because if she's defiled by her virginity and she's not married, that's a sin. That's going to bring shame to the father's household.
And gotten with child.
And that happens a lot.
In her father's house.
Uh-huh.
And having an husband, lest she should misbehave herself.
So all this is misbehavior, things that T.I. doesn't want in his household.
And when she is married, lest she should be barren.
Keep reading.
Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter.
Keep a what?
A sure watch over a shameless daughter.
So the reason T.I. is doing that is because he has a very strong feeling that his daughter will be out doing stuff if he wasn't doing that. And she probably is doing other stuff that can't get checked by that, but he knows she's still vaginally a virgin at least.
And how big of a come up would it be for some slimy nig to happen to lay up with T.I.'s daughter?
He getting paid. He good.
He's straight. He not going to mess that up. That's a golden goose egg. So T.I. knowing not only is she a pretty young sister and his daughter, but he knows the somebody trifling will lay up with her on purpose, don't even like her, don't even love her, but for the stuff that she brings to the table, that she is a prey to people. As a father, a protective father, you want to make sure you're doing as best you can to make sure that you get her and groom her to be, when she's a grown woman in age, she can make all the proper decisions herself. But while she's still underage and she's still under your rulership, you want to make sure you protect her at all costs.
Keep reading.
Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughingstock to thine enemies, and a byword in the city.
Dang, whole city gonna be talking about you.
And a reproach among the people.
And a reproach among the people. You know, in the black community, that's why back in the day they would send the daughter that get pregnant down south. Go to Atlanta, live with your grandma. Because they don't want people to know that their daughter got pregnant under their watch in their household at 16, 17 years old. That was a shame.
And make thee ashamed before the multitude.
Behold, that's it. There is a video, I'm not going to get it, but T.I. did come in the air and defend himself, basically saying that he was trying to be a father. Actually, play a little bit. Play the first minute. He explained what he was doing and why he did it, even though he didn't have to.
Guide or direct, you must have a certain level of control of anything.
T.I. speaking out for the first time since those controversial comments he made about his daughter.
Not only have we had the conversation, we have yearly trips to the gynecologist to check her height.
Okay. That was T.I. earlier this month on the Ladies Like Us podcast, talking about his 18-year-old daughter, Deja.
I'm being criticized because I'm willing to go above and beyond to protect mine.
Now the rapper and his wife, Tiny, are clearing the air on Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yes, indeed.
Wow.
Yeah, Tip and Tiny. And of course, he's going to address the controversy that has been swirling, and then he and Tiny sit down and talk about how they survived in regards to their marriage.
In part one of the two-part special, T.I. admits he now sees why everyone was up in arms over the admissions he made and the sensitivity surrounding what he said.
Pause there. So the only thing he said was wrong was him putting it out there, which even so it doesn't matter, but he could have used more wisdom with that. But him doing that is not wrong at all. And showing the fact about how T.I. and his wife were both on the show, they was in one accord. That's all that matters. The mom and dad is in one accord with that. That's all that matters. It shouldn't matter what people say, and it's not controversial at all. All right, get that Ben Shapiro video. I think it's my favorite Edomite.
Yeah, he fake. But you know what's crazy though is if she got pregnant at an early age, who they gonna put blame on? He's a terrible father. He didn't do a good job. He's a bad example. But since he's not doing that, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He getting criticized for that. You prodding too much. You don't what?
Go and play that. We'll play the first 2 minutes.
Say that some people don't have privilege when you basically just said that trans people aren't valid. They're not a thing. They're just girls pretending to be boys or boys pretending to be girls.
Okay. Oh, someone's excited. Okay.
It's biological, but gender is a completely different thing.
No, gender is not disconnected from sex. So.
It's not completely disconnected, but it's still a cultural thing. It's still from society.
Okay. No, it is not in the mind. Okay, you're not a man if you think you're a man. And I didn't say pretending, or if I did, I shouldn't have said pretending. Let me amend.
You said playing.
Okay, I said a boy who thinks he's a girl. That's the usual phraseology I use. Not playing. I usually say a boy who thinks he's a girl or a girl who thinks he's a boy, which is technically what we're talking about here. As far as the actual psychological issues at play, it used to be called gender dysphoria or gender identity disorder. Now they call it gender dysphoria. The idea that sex or gender are malleable is not true. Okay, and I'm not denying your humanity if you're a transgender person. I am saying that you are not the sex to which you claim to be. You're still a human being, and you're a human being with an issue that I wish you Godspeed in dealing with in whatever way you see fit. But if you are going to dictate to me that I'm supposed to pretend that men are women and women are men, no. My answer is no. I'm not going to modify basic biology because it threatens your subjective sense of what you are.
Okay, but you're still saying these kids should not be accepted because they don't really fit in either place. They can't just just like.
I'm saying that the Boy Scouts have a standard. You must be a
Hey,
biological boy.
pause it. So the LGBTQ community was complaining that girls cannot be allowed into the Boy Scouts. The Boy Scouts. Yeah, and they got Girl Scouts. So why do you want to be in the Boy Scouts for? And he even said that's basic biology. That's basic biology. If you're a boy, you have a Peter. If you're a girl, you have a Susie or whatever. It's one or the other. You can't be both. Play the video.
In either place, they can't just like.
I'm saying that the Boy Scouts have a standard. You must be a biological boy to be a Boy Scout. You have to be a boy to be a Boy Scout.
Where's that written though? Okay.
In the name Boy Scouts. Because this is a very because for all of human history, boy meant boy and girl meant girl. Boy did not mean girl. And if I call you a moose, are you suddenly a moose? Okay, if I redefine our terms. No, yes, that's right. Men and women are a completely different thing. This is true. Have you ever met a man or a woman? They're completely different.
You can't just say you're a cat. It's not a thing. It's genders. It's not saying you're.
Okay, why is that? I don't understand. Why? Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, I won't ask you how old. I will ask you how old you are. Okay, because you're young enough that it's probably not insulting to ask you. So.
I'm 22, so I'm probably gonna be naive, right?
No. Why aren't you 60?
Got her.
Why aren't you 60?
Because it.
And why can't you identify as 60? What is the problem with you identifying as 60?
It's not the same as gender. You can't just.
You're right. Age is significantly less important than gender. You can't magically change your gender. You can't magically change your sex. You can't magically change your age.
You can still legally change it. People recognize.
You can't legally change your age, by the way.
Obviously, you can change your name, you can change your sex, you can change your identity.
Just because you can do things legally doesn't mean that they are correct biologically. You could do lots of things in the past that were incorrect biologically.
No. Keep playing.
Legally. For a long period of time in the United States, sterilization of the mentally ill took place. That didn't make it okay. Skinner versus Oklahoma. Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes wrote the decision.
Right. I still don't understand why you're these children that have gender.
It's not a matter of open-minded and accepting. I want them to get treatment that they see fit, but that's not involving me. The idea behind...
Because not only is it a lust, it's a mental illness too. It's a spirit that's on you.
It's not even until recent. It was always considered a mental illness.
Keep playing. We'll play a little more of that.
The transgender movement as a civil rights movement is the idea that all of their problems would just go away if I would pretend that they were the sex to which they claim membership. That's nonsense. The transgender suicide rate is 40%. It is 40%.
Because they sick.
And according to the Anderson School at UCLA, it makes no difference. There's a study that came out last year. It makes no difference, virtually no difference, statistically speaking, as to whether people recognize you as a transgender person or not.
And he's about to cut them so bad because a lot of LGBT people, whatever, try to associate what they go through with what black people went through in America through slavery and lynchings and killings and murders and rapes that we went through. They try to compare the two to say the same battle, and it's not. So play that.
Which suggests there's a very high comorbidity between transgenderism, whatever that mental state may be, and suicidality. That has nothing to do with how society treats you.
Do you think it could be because of they're bullied at school?
No, I don't think that. I do not think that the discrepancy. First of all, I'm against bullying of any sort. Okay, the idea that somebody would beat somebody up is terrible. Okay, as somebody who's viciously bullied in high school, I'm not a fan of bullying. But the idea that the normal suicide rate across the United States is 4%. The suicide rate in the transgender community is 40%. The idea that 36% more transgender people are committing suicide because people are mean to them is ridiculous. It's not true, and it's not backed by any science that anyone can cite.
Let's see
why.
It
is pure conjecture. In fact, it's not even true that bullying causes suicide, according to a lot of studies. For example, in the black community, where the idea is supposedly that America is a racist society, blacks are bullied a lot. Okay, in the black community has significantly lower suicide rates than in the white community.
Pause that.
In fact,
Paul, yeah. Take it back.
Community,
where
the idea is supposedly that America is a racist society, blacks are bullied a lot. Okay, in the black community has significantly lower suicide rates than in the white community. In fact, in third world countries, the suicide rate is significantly lower than in first world countries. Suicide actually seems to be a privilege of the upper classes.
Pause
if you actually look.
So as much 400 plus years of rape, pillage, murder that we went through and are still going through, we don't kill ourselves like how them people kill each other. That's, it's a sick mental illness. As many broken homes we have, as many drugged out parents, crack babies, and we still don't kill ourselves at a rate like transgender and gay people kill themselves. Just like you said, it's a privilege. Black people, they're like, damn, I got to take care of my family. I got to take care of my brothers and sisters. I don't got time to pity myself. Like, black people are just we built different. Well, Israelites, let me not just say black people. Israelites are built different because Northern Kingdom be getting it in too. They be getting it in with the families. All right, that's more of that video, but we gotta move forward. Get Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Yeah, y'all can watch the video online. He totally smashes that. It is. Ben Shapiro destroys transgenderism. Like he just, yeah. So again, more ammo for people that don't believe in the Bible. These are scientific facts they want to hear. Lay it on them. Deuteronomy 22 and 5.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5.
So remember earlier when I brought out about idolatry, it goes into homosexualism is linked to idolatry. We're going to show that.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So no cross-dressing. That's a simple commandment. We're not supposed to cross-dress at all. Why?
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
For all that do so are an abomination to the Most High God. He hates that thing. You will die if you continue cross-dressing. If men continue wearing dresses, skirts, heels, panties, bras, if women continue wearing pants and things of that nature, they are going to be destroyed. So let's see. Get Baruch. Let's see, even back in the day, he had to say this because we were doing this. Get the book of Baruch, chapter 6 and verse 10. 6 and 10.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 6, verse 10.
These priests were sick. Let's try to Levi. Who Levi in here? Let's see what Levi was doing.
Sometimes also the priests convey from their gods gold and silver and bestow it upon themselves.
So the priests, they were taking all the ornaments they were putting on their idols and the statues in there, they'd wear it upon themselves. And what else would they do?
Yea, they will give thereof to the common harlots.
Then they will bring some whores in there, bring some whores in their wicked temples.
And deck them as men with garments.
Damn, dress the whores up as men in men clothes. So you bring a harlot in there, what you about to do with the harlot? They're going to have sex. But before they do that, they dress the woman up as men before they have sex with them. Keep reading.
Being gods of silver.
Being gods of silver, dressing them up as their pagan idols. Cross-dressing.
And gods of gold. And wood. Yet
That's it. That's it. So you see right there, cross-dressing mixed with idolatry and paganism. Then we were doing this in the temples. That's how wicked we were at the time. Get the GameStop tranny. Yeah. Get that video. Yeah. Oh no, we got that. We got that, right? No, get verse 1 first. Read verse 1 for me. I forgot to read verse 1 in Baruch 6.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 6, verse 1.
To prove this is wrong again.
A copy of an epistle.
No, don't read the forward. Just read verse 1. Because of the sins?
Because of the sins which ye have committed before God, ye shall be led away captives unto Babylon by Nebuchadnezzar, king of the Babylonians.
So because things we were doing in verse 10 and 11, those are one of the things that brought us into captivity and today still keeps us in slavery. Get the video.
We're not doing credit. You're going to give me my fucking money back. Excuse me, sir.
Oh, yeah. Pause the father. Never mind. I forgot this non-clean one. Basically, in that video, we got kids in here? Yeah. Yeah, so basically in that video, it was, damn, I want to play it. That's the only part, the cursing? Okay, skip that. You'll see how violent these people are.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
I can call the police if you'd like me to. You need to settle down.
You need to settle down and mind your business, okay? Ma'am, once again, ma'am.
I said both of you.
No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
I actually said both of you guys. It was a general.
Right beforehand, you fucking said sir.
Sir? Okay.
Motherfucker, take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you a fucking sir.
I apologize.
Motherfucker.
All right, that's it. I knew it was more cursing, man. I am. So basically, that poor GameStop employee, he sees a man in front of him wearing a damn wig. He calls him sir with respect, and he's kirking out on him. Talking about, it is ma'am. And then the video, he says it's a mistake. He's confused. And he goes on a rampage, destroys the store, and knocks stuff over. That's that violent spirit. What'd you do? Oh, what happened to the... Why I say no signal? That was you, Officer Joseph. Okay, next article. Get the article real quick. Misgender definition. We're going to breeze through these. Okay, kicked out? Get the definition of misgender. New terms on this earth.
The definition of misgender. Refer to someone, especially a transgender person, using a word, especially a pronoun or form of address that does not correctly reflect the gender with which they identify.
Read the last part again. That does not correctly what?
That does not correctly reflect the gender with which they identify.
So, if Ricky thinks he's a girl, and I say you're a boy, even though physically, biologically, he's a boy, that's what they call misgendering. Even though he's a boy, just because he might feel that way, that's what they say. Get the video with the teacher. Play that really quick. Like, that's a big thing now, like misgendering, saying pronouns, like that's more sensitive than calling us niggas. That's way below that. If you call somebody a man who thinks he's a girl and you say, hey, what's up, dude? He popping off on you, or vice versa. Go play that.
So the particular incident happened following a student coming into my class in June. This student was just passed to me by another teacher, and there was no professional dialogue between myself, the school. But being intuitive, I thought, you know, this particular student wanted to be called a boy, but there was nothing, no professional dialogue, as I'm suggesting.
Right.
Obviously, I wanted to incorporate this student in the class, welcome her to the class, and get.
He probably gay too, but your man trying to do his job. He's trying to do a job and teach the students. Play the video.
Him? Well, of course, this is the issue, isn't it? We don't know, do we?
You were calling her by her. You always called her by her name.
I was calling her by her first name.
You weren't using. You weren't using pronouns.
Not at all. I would say first name.
Talking about them damn pronouns. It's all confusing.
Her in the lesson, and you know, I'm speaking from a place of personal conviction, saying her. So you know, that's obviously an issue for discussion.
Do you find it difficult to say him?
It's not that it's a difficult thing for me, but you know, I think as adults, it's something that we can talk about. You know, and as we're referring to this, I was trying to incorporate said student into the class, and initially the student was getting the poorest scores in the class and went on to get the best score in the class in the most recent test. So I thought I was doing my job.
So this man probably about to lose his job for misgendering a student. Get that at Breakfast Club video with your man Malik Yoba. Let's see how confusing this crap is.
Seen articles where they said parents should not be allowed to call their son a boy or their girl or their daughter a girl until let the child decide what the pronouns they want to go by. Let the child decide if it's a boy or a girl, a she or a he. That's crazy as hell. Like, look at the stuff we discussing about in this country. How sensitive it is to be called a him, and you a boy, or how terrible is it to get called a girl, and you a woman. Like, it doesn't even make. These are the things that's being discussed in this country. Meanwhile, people gearing up for war. We sitting here discussing, are you a boy or a girl?
Yeah, go and play that, man.
Or hate on trans women, which is a whole other story.
Oh yeah, now we're not ready to go.
But I want to say this: for a lot of women have been hitting me up saying, "Meek, so if you like trans women, or you're attracted to trans women, does that make?"
Just let y'all know, if y'all get confused, don't worry, I was confused too. But you got to listen slow.
Trans women, or you're attracted to trans women, does that make you? They're men, right? They love to say, but they're men.
Wrong.
So someone said to me, if that is true, so for all of you cisgender women, naturally born women who think that trans women,
a sign, not naturally born. Again, not naturally born.
So they're saying naturally born woman with a thing. They're saying that's a sign. No, the doctor's telling you that's what you are. That's what you're born with. That's what you are. So they're taking biology and the Most High God out of the equation, saying the doctor told you you're a boy. The doctor told you you're a woman. That's not what you are. You was assigned it. You be what you want to be. Play it.
Nothing about it is natural.
I told you I make mistakes.
Nothing about that is natural.
Okay,
pause
what I'm
it.
saying is...
Pause it. And it's funny because he's trying to coon so hard for these damn trannies and gay people, and they frying him up. That's what I love this video because he got fried up trying to coon with them. That's what he gets. Play it.
Women, what's the language? I should say?
Assigned female at birth.
Okay, so for women who are assigned female at birth and stick to that,
and for whom that is consistent with how they identify,
and for whom that's a lot of words. Who
stick with it?
Okay,
you are in a commitment for a stance. So
yes,
do the work.
Yes, ma'am.
Do the work.
Come on,
teach me. Say it again.
Do the work.
Do it again.
For whom?
For whom?
It's consistent with how they identify.
Okay, so for women who were assigned female at birth and it's consistent with how they identify.
That's right.
Right.
So for those women who question and say that trans women are men, the question I then have for you, if they are men, would you sleep with them? Mic drop.
Wouldn't that make you a lesbian, though?
Look how confused this brother is with the glasses.
No, that's a man.
Pause it. Contradiction.
Pause it.
He don't even know what the hell is going on. He was sitting here trying to correct him on every term and pronoun that he was saying to trying to get an understanding of what the hell is going on. He then asks him the question. He looks up into the sky like he just lost every piece of sense that he had. That sums up all the confusion of all that garbage. It's all confusion.
Now I need no explanation. That's the confusion right there.
Real quick, officer, if you don't mind, I'm going to just cover it real quick. Can y'all pull up what I put in the group me about the hermaphrodism? The confusion, man. You're a boy. Why are we discussing what you can clearly see with your eyes? You want other people to lie to themselves and call you what you're not. We got to convince ourselves that, come on, man. Read this real quick. That's ugly. Can you get the picture out? What the hell is that? I don't know what that is. But can you read that for me real quick? I don't know what that was, and I don't want to see it.
Hey, just, when y'all read it from there? Just read it from there. Just read it from there.
Yeah, just read it from the computer screen, because I ain't even trying. I don't know what it was, and I don't want to know what it was.
Hermaphroditism.
So hermaphrodite, for anybody who didn't know, do anybody not know what it is? Okay. So hermaphrodite is a person born with both genitalia, either outwardly, as in they got, each set, or inwardly with something you can't see, but they have the ovaries and or testes or whatever. So read that real quick.
If abnormalities of cell division occur, a fetus with mosaicism may result. The baby may have both cells with 46XY chromosomes and cells with 46XX chromosomes. This condition has been called hermaphroditism after the Greek god Hermes and goddesses Aphrodite.
Anybody know who Aphrodite was? God of what? She was the god of lust. So I'm not going to go into the whole article, but the point I wanted to make is this, because it got brought up at my job. We be talking about a bunch of crazy stuff. So they brought up what is hermaphrodite and as far as which way does it go and all that jazz. One of my Islamic coworkers starts to talk about how the gods manifest into another person and they got both sets. I just had to shut all that garbage down because he just took it left. So the point is this. If anybody ever had to deal with the subject, hermaphrodite is somebody was born, like I said, with both genitalia. Either a male, they either look like a full-blown male and they got both, or they look like a full-blown woman and they got both. But it's never nobody that looks half and half. You understand what I'm saying? So you're still either a boy or you're still a girl. You're just born with abnormalities. You're born with both. The thing that separates it is you either have X and X chromosomes or you got X and Y. Regardless of what abnormalities you're born with, you're still either a boy or a girl. So they try to set confusion like, oh, you can go both. No, you can't. You're either a boy or a girl. Just because you're born with both, you got to get one of them things surgically removed. But as far as your what you identify as, you're still either a male or a female. Your chromosomes state what you are. No matter how many surgeries you get done, no matter if you turn a boy into a girl or a girl into a boy, your chromosomes is one thing that cannot be touched. You are what you are. No matter how many physical changes they make to the body, you're always going to be what God made you.
Mic drop. Get Daniel 7:25. Daniel 7:25. We almost done.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25.
Uh-huh.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
Brother Joseph, who was that he? Okay. Which is who? Which is who? In today's terms? Okay.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
So the white man, he's always going to speak against the Most High God whenever he gets a chance to. And so what?
And think to change.
No. And shall wear out.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Because of course, if Esau's going against the Most High God and Christ, he's going to go against his people too. How is he wearing us out? Drugs, rap. Well, not all rap, but rap that enforces and that promotes whoremongering, violence, selling drugs, defiling our woman, downing our woman, murder, all that stuff. Keep reading. And also, we're pushing stuff like this too. He's going to wear us out because if we all homosexuals, we're going to die off.
And think to change times and laws.
And think to change times and laws. Let's see what the white man pushed through a black man. Get that Obama clip. What did the white man push through our good friend Barry? First black president. Who here voted for Obama? The first time. He got me too. I'm not gonna lie, he got me too, but he didn't get me the second time. You got the clip? Yeah, scroll down. Well, first read the title. Obama leaves a monumental legacy on LGBTQ rights, and it is 0 for the black community. 0 whatsoever. He gave them cell phones, Obama phones, what else? That's it, right? I think Obama phones. Yeah. Because that damn affordable healthcare pack, that hurt me. You gonna play the video? How you gonna charge me for not having health insurance? Yeah, play that video, man. See what laws Obama changed. Read the joints for me. Oh, you got it. Yeah. Go back.
President Obama made huge strides in human rights.
President Obama made huge strides in human rights for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer Americans.
No black rights. No Native American rights. No Hispanic rights.
2010, Obama repealed Don't Ask, Don't Tell, which prohibited queer people from serving openly in the military.
You got fags in the military.
They had a hill march in the military where they had a whole bunch of
they
had a couple thousand army soldiers marching and switching in Red Hills. Proving what other than that you're gay? I don't know what it proves.
I'll read fast. I'm a reader. 2011, the administration announced it would not defend the Defense of Marriage Act in court. Meaning what? That defined marriage between a man and a woman. Pause that. Look at the White House. Look how they still changing the truth of God, the rainbow, into a lie again, putting that damn rainbow in the house. So Obama repealed the law that only allowed marriage to be between a man and a woman, which they originally got from the scriptures. All right. Play. What volume at? I think he's talking.
To go ahead and, for me, to go ahead and affirm that I think same-sex couples should be able to get married.
Obama's support helped pave the way for marriage equality. The Supreme Court ruled DOMA unconstitutional. So they said it's unconstitutional to keep men from marrying men and women from marrying women.
I'm here today in front of our nation's highest court because my home
That's when they made it legal.
fought the recognition of my marriage.
A whole bunch of gay people. The Obama administration appointed 250 LGBTQ people to fill positions in the federal government, going out their way to hire them Bamas. Pre-play. Now they started having them misgender bathrooms. John Brown, keep playing. Oh, that's it. That's it. Look how dumb this is. Put up that image. I am not a boy or a girl. Where do I pee? You see the confusion? You either one or the other. So they pushing for these bathrooms, which these pedophiles and these boys, I'm telling you, kids gonna take advantage of that, and they're already doing that. Get the articles. In Target, they already had complaints in Target about men trying to watch women while using the bathroom. No, not the protest. Get the other one first. About the girls being uncomfortable going to the bathrooms. Yeah.
Girls.
Sorry about the ads, y'all. It says girls are skipping school to avoid sharing gender-neutral toilets with boys after being left to feel unsafe and ashamed. Menstruating girls are staying home for the fear of being made to feel period shame. Some girls are risking infections by refusing to urinate all day or not drinking. So they're scared to go to the bathrooms because they know there's going to be some sick boys in there. That's not right. Boys and girls shouldn't be sharing bathrooms at all. Doctors and politicians call on schools to halt the move toward unisex toilets, which they're not going to do. So the majority of people are really against it because the gay community really isn't that big as we think it is. It's just pushed forward. It's pushed a lot by the upper echelon, so it seems like they're the majority, but they're not. A lot of people are against it, but their voices are getting silenced because they're getting called what? Bigots, homophobes. Get the article about the protests. Let me read the caption. Students protest multiple gender-neutral bathrooms at Alberta High School. Go down the article. Go down. Alberta students are finding they are not so comfortable sharing toilets because the kids didn't have a choice in this. This is the government deciding this. They didn't even talk to the kids about this. They are uncomfortable sharing toilets with the opposite sex, whether transgender or not. A lot of students are asking school officials to revert back to gender-specific bathrooms. Again, shown this is being forced on us and forced on our children. Following Canada's transgender accommodation laws, Sturgeon Composite High School converted almost all its bathrooms to gender-neutral. So they're the minority, but they're changing all the bathrooms for them. This is a quote from a student. The first day of school, when we all walked in and saw the bathrooms were gender-neutral, and everybody can go into the other gender's bathroom, it was bizarre. First, it was a shock. Then everybody was like, why is this happening? What the heck is going on? So a lot of children, a lot of people in schools, teachers, and parents are against this. But again, this is being forced on our communities. And one of them even admits it. Get the clip from Breakfast Club. So I'm glad one of them finally admitted that it is being forced on us.
We keep asking for inclusion. And if you force feed anything on anyone, you make them hate it. The gay community, my community, we are forcing, take us, see us, accept us, let us be with you. You don't need to get down with my lifestyle. That don't mean I can't be your neighbor. I can live next door to this nigga. I ain't got to go to his house for barbecue. He probably don't season his food right anyway. I ain't got to go to his house for barbecue. But we can coexist in the same neighborhood if I stop trying to put my lifestyle to make him accept what I am. I don't ask him what he doing. My business ain't his business. His business ain't my business. But that ain't what we want. We overly sensitive as a people. The nation is becoming overly sensitive. Yeah. That's what's happening to comedy. Everything is so sensitive. You can't say this. You can't say that. You can't offend this group. They're going to stop burning flags.
So straight from the horse's mouth, that man is admitting that the gay community and all their doctrines are being forced on everybody else who's straight. And a lot of them are oversensitive about it. Let's get that clip. Get the link from Wikipedia. Let's go through all the shows. Let's see, and this is only what they're telling us, because they've been putting little hints here and there of LGBTQ stuff in our TV shows. So just read down the title, scroll down. Actually, read that for me, David.
LGBT children's television programming. Early children's programming addressing LGBT-related subject matter includes 2 episodes of CBS School Break Special, What If I'm Gay? Originally aired on March 31st, 1987.
All right, so stop. Go down to the contents and read those.
LGBT representation on Nickelodeon.
So they have shows on Nickelodeon.
PBS.
Kids watch. PBS, that kids watch.
Cartoon Network. Disney Channel. Amazon video, and then independent LGBT children's media.
So out of those 7 different tabs there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are geared towards children representation. So again, they trying to brainwash our children at a young age, actually including PBS too. 1, 2, 3, 4, all of them. Well, Amazon. Amazon, yeah, kids watch Amazon too. So yeah, a good percent, almost all of it is geared towards our children. Scroll down to the name of the TV shows. Yeah, Legend of Korra. That's why I stopped watching that show before I even finished it, because they pushed the last episode. They made the main character, they made her gay. Literally, like the last episode, the whole season, they friends, stuff like that. You think that's her partner like her, she's cool with her. Last episode, they make them kiss. Always trying to push it on our people. First they started with the boys, now they're trying to get our sisters next. Keep going down. Some show called Nickelodeon's, oh yeah, Rocko's Modern Life. So who remembers Rocko's Modern Life? The original one. Y'all remember that? So me and my wife was watching the one on Netflix. Remember I told you about the remake? And the remake, remember his boss, the Toad dude? The Toad whatever. He disowned his son for something that you didn't find out till the end of the movie. He disowned his son because his son wanted to be a woman basically. And the boss Toad, whatever his name was, Mr. Horn Toad, whatever, was portrayed as the evil, as a bad parent, because he disowned his son who went by a different name now. So by the end of it, they turned it, oh, I'll accept you now, I love you, son, whatever you want to do. Again, Rocko's Modern Life, a Nickelodeon TV show, they put that in there too. Subtly, so subtly. Don't trust the Netflix kids section. Don't trust the YouTube kids section, because they will slip things in there. I'm telling you, they will slip stuff in there that's vile. And you think you off doing something else while your child is sitting there watching that. And he or she is gonna repeat it. Get the picture of the men in heels. Let's show that even more how they're forcing it on us. Like stuff like this, Pharrell wearing the dress, that other guy that be at the Grammys, I forgot his name. He wore the big wedding dress, whatever his name is. Look at that. Men in heels, understanding a woman better. From the top up, okay, that's some respectable gentlemen. Scroll down. Bam. I know they feet hurt. All right. Get Leviticus 20 and 15. We're almost done, y'all. No, it's past 20 and 15. And then get those, cue up the age fluid joint, NAMBLA, and the Trojan horse. Cue those up. Because this is a gateway. Homosexuality is a gateway to other vile things, and they're already pushing it. First, show the clip first. Show the pictures. Show the picture of the age fluid one. The Twitter link, age fluid. It says, we're all different on the inside. Hashtag trans age. Hashtag age fluid. Hashtag LGBTQA peace PKC. Love is love. Read that for me. What does age fluid say? What does it say under that, David?
A person whose age identity is not fixed and changes over time or depending on the situation.
So all this is getting snuck in under that gay transgender rights agenda. That's a grown-ass man right there who he thinks he wants to be like a little girl. So because I'm a grown man and I think I'm a little girl, I'm going to mess with little boys now. That's what's showing that picture right there. That's what's coming to America. That's what's here in America, actually. Get NAMBLA. Let's see what's been going on for NAMBLA, the North American Man-Boy Love Association, is a pedophilia and pederasty advocacy organization in the United States. It works to abolish age of consent laws. What's when they were founded? December 2nd, 1978. They've been around for 41 years. This is a recognized organization. You don't see them getting talked about by the SPLC, do you? And they coming out with it saying they're pedophiles. But us bringing the laws out, we evil.
Pedophilia is against it's against the law.
It's against the law. And they trying to do away with it.
It's an organization full of this is crazy.
Literally filled, and they only like little boys. So they're not just regular homos. They're homos that like little children. That shows you it's a gateway to even more sins, to more wickedness. It's disgusting. Get the Trojan horse. Get the Trojan horse. Let's see. Let's break this down. So we got the LGBTQ and the silent P. They're trying to hide the P, the pedophiles community. You got the Trojan horse. Look, accept us. We're gay. We're queer. But they're hiding the pedophiles in there. Look who's up top. You got the black children looking down, but look who's letting them in. The black woman, society. She letting the white man fool her and bring it in because a lot of it's mainly black women. It's black men now, but it's mainly black women who support this nonsense, who support this crap. Like black women love gay black men more than straight black men. They give them more respect than they do a straight black man. That's the type of society we live in now. All right, get the next picture. No, that's the video. So it was a video I had called, just bring it up so that people want to look it up later. Just bring it up so they can see the title. It's called Inside the Life of a Virtuous Pedophile. So this man's a pedophile who admits he's a pedophile, but he says he hasn't acted on it, so there's nothing wrong with it. So what do you say? He's, I think, a non-offending or a non-whatever pedophile. So it's people like that who are out in the open who are admitting it, and they think there's nothing wrong with it. Sirach 12 and 10. Sirach 12 and 10. This is why we can't trust our enemies, man, because stuff like this.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth.
So our enemy is the white man.
So is his wickedness.
So read that again.
Never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
So when you have a piece of iron, when you first look at it, if it's freshly polished, just finished getting sifted, it probably looks beautiful, right? Looks good. But what about over time? Over time, age, the elements is gonna rust, right? So what the white men have presented our community, it might look good at the time, but behind it is gonna come a lot of wickedness. Over time, their true colors are gonna show. Keep reading.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Beware of what they're offering us.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
Keep reading.
Set him not by thee.
Don't buddy up with the white man. Why?
Lest when he hath overthrown thee,
because he's gonna overthrow us,
he stand up in thy place.
Because you don't see them forcefully pushing this on the white communities. It's in our communities.
Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat.
Jump to 13.
Verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such come nigh wild beast.
So like Deacon Yalsop always says, you knew I was a snake. I'm not going to say it, but you knew I was a snake. That's why you let me next to you. We know the white man is evil, but we still letting them up in our communities, up in our households. So when they come bite us in the back, we shouldn't have any pity for us because we know better. Jump to Sirach 11 and 29.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 29. Bring not every man into thine house, for the deceitful man.
For a deceitful man
hath many trains.
Hath many trains. They're trying to push pedophilia. They're trying to push bestiality. I had another clip. There's people, mainly white people, who think they're dogs, who think they're animals, and they dress up like them, and they have their partner, their wife or whatever, who feeds them like a dog, puts them in a cage, and a whole bunch of other stuff. These people are sick. So eventually, if you're a dog, if you think you're a dog, that person's gonna end up having sex with a dog. That's how it's gonna be. Like the man that scroll up so they can see the picture. Scroll up. Look at that. He dressed up as a Dalmatian. He eats dog food. He lays down in the cage. Look how he cleans his freaking mask. Like white people are sick. All this stuff is gonna get introduced slowly but surely. It's coming because it's gonna be just like Sodom and Gomorrah. Jump to the sterilization of black women. Get the article first. Read the title.
The U.S. government's role in sterilizing women of color.
Read the subtitle.
Black, Puerto Rican, and Native American women have been victimized.
I don't see white women there. I don't see Asian women there. I don't see Indian women there. I don't see African women there. I see Israelites getting sterilized. All this has to do with it. It's all with killing our race out. That's all it has to do with. And having us go against God. Scroll down.
Imagine going to the hospital for a common surgical procedure such as an appendectomy, only to find out afterward that you'd been sterilized. In the 20th century, untold numbers of women of color endured such life...
Untold, which could be thousands to millions.
Endured such life-altering experiences in part because of medical racism. Black, Native American, and Puerto Rican women report being sterilized without their consent after undergoing routine medical procedures or after giving birth. Others say they unknowingly signed documentation allowing them to be sterilized or were coerced into doing so. The experiences of these women strained relations between people of color and healthcare personnel. In the 21st century, members of communities of color still widely distrust medical officials.
So that's another big reason why black people don't like going to the doctors. They don't trust them because they were against their will. They was getting sterilized and didn't even know it. But nowadays, a lot of people do it purposely. Through what? Through birth control, through getting abortions. Eventually, your body's not going to be able to reproduce like it should be, doing all those things. Play the video with the sister.
Hey y'all, it's Lexual, aka Lexus Joan Day of Intellectual Media, and this is 2-Minute History. To understand the widespread sterilization of black women, you must first understand the Eugenics Movement and scientific racism. Scientific racists use erroneous, biased, and misconstrued evidence to claim that white people were superior to everybody else. From this, eugenics, or the concept of improving humanity's genetics, was born. Using these twisted ideologies, social reformers, doctors, scientists, and legislators across the country pushed for forced sterilization laws that would keep undesirables at bay. Undesirables included the disabled, mentally ill, promiscuous white women, Native Americans, Mexicans, Asians, and disproportionately black women. Long stereotype.
Pause it. So disabled people and Asians, that was thrown in there, but the majority was to get us. Because the white man, he'll kill 30 of his soldiers to get one top terrorist. He doesn't care about casualties. Whoever gets caught in the crossfire, so what? I'm gonna get my target, and we are the target.
As unintelligent, lascivious Jezebels, black women, especially poor ones, were prime targets for eugenicists. By 1935, 41 states had laws or pending laws allowing compulsory sterilization. Some women underwent the horrifying procedure in asylums or prison, while others were swindled into signing the right papers at their local doctor's office. In Alabama, 2 poor black sisters, aged 12 and 14, were sterilized when their illiterate mother signed an X on a piece of paper she thought would give them birth control. In Sunflower County, Mississippi, the area's black women were routinely sterilized without their consent. One such woman was Fannie Lou Hamer, who went on to be a civil rights activist. But let's talk about my dear home state of North Carolina. 1/3 of the forced sterilizations there took place on girls under the age of 18. To make matters worse, while most states abandoned their forced sterilization programs after World War II because they didn't like being compared to Nazis, North Carolina increased funding for its program and didn't stop until 1974.
Pause it. And they only stopped that on the outer layer. There's definitely ways to circle money around through the government and put funds towards something without it being on paper. So that's just what they're telling us. Keep playing. Okay. Get Sirach 25:1. Read 1 and 7. And then get the Jaffe memo.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
In 3 things I was beautified and stood up beautiful, both before God and men.
So what does God love?
The unity of brethren.
Uh-huh.
The love of neighbors.
Uh-huh.
A man and a wife that agree together.
A man and a wife that agree together. This is just one of the many scriptures where relationships between dealing with marriage or sex is always dealing with a man and a woman. You've never seen in the Bible them talking about 2 same sexes unless it's being condemned. Unless it's being talked about as a sin, that's the only time. Anything in a positive light, it'll always be a male and a female every time. Go down to verse 7.
There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy.
Uh-huh.
And the 10th I will utter with my tongue.
So what's the first thing that makes them happy?
A man that hath joy of his children.
A man that hath joy of his children. So if a man and woman having children make the Most High God happy, if you're not doing that, you're not making the Most High God happy. You're purposely going out of your way to not have children. By being gay, by being a lesbian, by being a transgender, you're going out of your way to go against God's orders. That's what you're doing. All right, get the, that's all I want. Get the Jaffe memo. So it shows you this whole LGBTQP plus doctrine that's getting pushed is not just about let gay people be gay people. It's about destroying the black neighborhood. It's about destroying black households. It's about the sterilization of our people so we could eventually die out. It always goes back to eugenics. The same with abortion. Little by little, they want to cut us off. They can't. They keep killing us. They can't. They use drugs. They use guns. They use, what else they use? The food, water. They use, and we're going to see that too. They use hundreds of things to try to kill us off, but it's not going to work. Why? Because the Most High God is not going to let us get killed off like that. That's what they keep trying. We the sands of the sea. They literally cannot kill us off, and they've been trying for years. Hundreds. We don't die. We multiply. They've been trying for hundreds, thousands of years. They cannot kill us off because the Most High won't allow it. But they still gonna keep trying. All right, the Jaffe memo. Let's take a look at that. Hey, get his name. Get who he was. I think he was the vice president of the Eugenics. Yeah. Get his name and his title for the people. All right, y'all. I promise we're almost done this time. Jaffe memo. Oh, also another fact I forgot to bring out. So who remembers, who here watches ATL? The TV show, ATL? So the actor Paperboy that's in that show, he's actually going to be the first openly gay superhero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I kept hearing rumors about it. They was going to do it. I'm thinking, okay, they're going to have a white person do it or a white woman. Nope. Black man. And a black man who doesn't even look effeminate at all. He looks like a regular black man, but they're going to put him up there. There he goes right there. So that's he had to take that L. So he wanted to get paid, so he had to get down. All right, get the Jaffe memo. And also, Disney just created a new series where they're going to have their first ever animated LGBTQ character being voiced by Jake. Lena Waithe. She's voicing a gay lesbian Cyclops or whatever in the Disney Pixar universe. So it's definitely coming. So y'all got to watch out for your children. Make sure they're not getting into any of this nonsense or foolishness. All right, get Jaffe memo.
Propose measures to reduce fertility by universality or selectivity of impact in the U.S.
Did you get a title? What was it at? Should be at the top. Go to the top. Yeah, Frederick S. Jaffe. He was the vice president of the black woman's favorite spot to go. Oh, the Israelite woman. Let me say that. Planned Parenthood Federation of America. Damn. Okay. Well, black man's favorite too, because he'd be paying for it, so they both in it. All right, get the Jaffe memo. Go read that.
Propose measures to reduce fertility by universality or selectivity of impact in the U.S.
And also, if you didn't know, Bill Gates, CEO of Microsoft, he's down with this stuff too. He's down with eugenics, with killing off communities, and he's come out and said it in panels, and people are clapping their hands. When he talks about killing off the population, he's like, yeah, if we don't get to this number right here in a certain amount of years, we're going to be gone. So he's talking about we want to get to a certain number where people are dead in order for the earth to be sustainable. I didn't know that. Damn. See? So he's doing what his daddy. He's the avenger for his daddy. All right, let's read that. What does it say again? Propose measures to reduce fertility by universally or selectivity impact in the U.S. Okay, let's start with that first joint. Social constraints.
Social constraints. Restructure family. Postpone or avoid marriage.
Restructure family. Postpone or avoid marriage. That's why we got boyfriend or girlfriend. That's why we got baby daddies, baby mamas. You don't gotta get married.
Alter image of ideal family size. Compulsory.
Let people know, oh no, big families aren't good in this economy. You can't take care of 2-3 children. It's better to just be single. Just adopt or don't have children at all.
Compulsory education of children. Encourage increased homosexuality.
Encourage increased homosexuality. So all this, they wanted to keep our rates down. They wanted to keep us from producing. That's why they encouraged homosexuality in the black communities.
Educate for family limitation. Fertility control agents and water supply.
That tap water, a lot of tap water can make men and women sterile. That's why it's good to have filters on your water, on your pipes, or just drink bottled water.
Encourage women to work.
Encourage women to work. How would that affect us having children? How would that affect us having children? Bro, right there.
Good morning, leadership. Lemuel.
Shalom, shalom.
Because then the woman would put off having children during her what they would call childbearing years.
Yep. Because they say my career is more important.
Right.
I gotta do this. I don't want my body to take me away from work. But what else? What about women who make more than men, and because of that, they think themselves as men? What spirit comes with that? INDEPENT. You know what that means? They become independent black women. I don't need no man to take care of myself. I don't need no family. I'm good.
Right.
I'm gonna sleep with him. I'm gonna sleep with him and push him to the side. I'm good. I got mine. That's gonna push that mindset too. All right, that was it. All right, go to the next one.
Economic deterrence or incentives.
So they know black people's pockets be hurting. So okay, if y'all didn't listen to us trying to warn you about having kids, you didn't turn gay, we coming for your pockets.
Modify tax policies. Substantial marriage tax, child tax.
So people are getting taxed for having these things.
Tax married more than single.
Damn.
Remove parents' tax exemption.
This is what they wanted to do. Keep reading.
Additional taxes on parents with more than 1 or 2 children in school.
So you're getting taxed for having children. You're getting taxed for being married.
Reduce or eliminate paid maternity leave or benefits.
So she'd be like, I can't get pregnant. I can't take off of work. I can't do it.
Reduce or eliminate children's or family allowances. Bonuses for delayed marriage and greater child spacing.
So you get a bonus for waiting to marry and waiting to have other children. In China, I think they ban it. So what happens if do they kill them if they have more than one child? Because before it was only boys they couldn't have, right? They get fined? Okay, I thought they killed them. They probably do. They used to, right? Yes, yeah, they used to. So they doing it after the fact. America, they trying to get us before the fact we even have the children. And after too. That's why girls be going missing.
Pensions for women of 45 with less than N children. Eliminate welfare payments after first 2 children. Chronic depression. Require women to work and provide few child care facilities.
Keep reading.
Limit or eliminate publicly financed medical care.
Damn.
Scholarships, housing, loans, and subsidize to families with more than N children.
So to get go ahead.
Real quick. All right, who has heard of maternity leave? Speaking of this, okay. Who has heard of paternity leave? Okay. All right, maternity leave. How long do they usually give you for any private business? Sisters, y'all could 6 weeks? Okay, all right. What if I told you, so paternity, you would think it would be less, right? If maternity is 6 weeks, paternity should be less than that. Should be, right? There's certain contractors on my job with different companies that they get 6 months for paternity leave. Paternity leave. This is for Esau. Paternity leave 6 months. So if you have back-to-back children, I don't remember who you are. That's what happened. But that's just paternity leave. So maternity leave is just as much, right? 6 months or whatever there. So that's amazing. That's the kind of benefits that who gets?
The white man. Actually, there's a brother here who got about 3 months. I didn't believe him at first. I said, bro, you sure? They're not gonna fire you? They gave him 3 months. And he just started the job, but he's still working there. So I mean, that was a blessing in disguise, because he's working in Esau's system. Let me not say where he's working at. Okay, next one. Social controls.
Social controls. Compulsory abortion out of wedlock.
Damn.
Pregnancies.
Get that definition. Compulsory. You can't control it. When you move on compulse, you don't think about it. I just can't get the definition.
Definition of compulsory. Required by law or a rule.
No, that's not what I want. No, keep going down. Demanded by the. Compulse. That's the word that I want. Maybe compulsive.
Definition of compulsive.
Oh, here we go.
Resulting from or relating to an irresistible urge,
Mhm.
especially one that is against one's conscious wishes.
So it's against women's consciences. It should be, and men consciousness to get an abortion, but they be so quick to get the plan B. Let's go to the clinic. You got to get the baby aborted without even thinking of the life of the child. I know. Keep reading. Get the uncontrollable, compelling, overwhelming. They can't wait to get them abortions. All right, go back to social controls.
Social controls, compulsory abortion of out-of-wedlock pregnancies.
That's the pro-choice. That's what they say. They believe in.
Compulsory sterilization of all who have 2 children, except for a few who would be allowed 3. Confine childbearing to only a limited number of adults.
Damn.
Stock certificate type permits for children.
All right, go over to measures predicted and existing motivation. So all this came from the vice president of Planned Parenthood, the VP.
Payments to encourage sterilization.
They paying you to get sterilized.
Payments to encourage contraception.
Paying you to use condoms.
Payments to encourage abortion.
Getting paid to abort you, kill your babies.
Abortion and sterilization on demand.
You can go to a clinic right now and get aborted or get sterilized. Almost damn near 24/7. You can probably go to the hospital and get it done too.
Allow harmless contraceptives to be distributed non-medically. Improve contraceptive technology.
Now they got the joints that I think they have one that you can put up in you and girls that I think dissolves. There's something they put up in themselves that dissolves and it keeps the sperm from reaching the eggs. Yeah, I forgot what it's called, but they got something like that.
Make contraception truly available and accessible.
7-Eleven, CVS, gas station, Rite Aid, Walgreens, Giant, Safeway. You can get it anywhere. Decent, for free. Schools giving it out for free.
Improve maternal health care with family planning a core element.
That sounds like a positive. I don't know what that's in there. Okay, last 4 scriptures. Judith 5:21. We'll be done by 3:30. What time is it now? Oh, damn. All right, last 2 scriptures.
This is the book of
4
Judith.
scriptures.
This is the book of Judith, chapter 5, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by.
So we're not sinning. The heathens can't mess with us.
Lest their Lord defend them.
Because the Most High God going to defend us.
And their God be for them.
Uh-huh.
And we become a reproach before all the world.
But what? Keep reading.
And when Achor had finished these sayings, all the people standing round about the tent murmured, and the chief men of Holofernes and all that dwelt by the seaside and in Moab spake that he should kill them.
Keep going.
For say they, we will not be afraid of the face of the children of Israel.
Why?
For lo, it is a people that have no strength, nor power for a strong battle.
Uh-huh.
Now therefore, Lord Holofernes, we will go up, and they shall be a prey, to be devoured of all thine army.
Keep reading.
That was the end of the show.
Does it?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Get 5 and 20. I think we missed that part. 5 and 20. That's what I wanted.
Verse 20.
Uh-huh.
Now therefore, my Lord.
Yep.
And governor, if there be any error in this people.
If we are in sin, if we are committing adultery, fornication, murder, rape, lying, homosexualism.
And they sin against their God.
Uh-huh.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
That's going to be our ruin. So a lot of them are hoping that we continue this so the Most High God won't be for us. The ones that do know that we're chosen. The ones that don't know we're chosen, they just want to die anyway. So it's still spiritually in them to want to kill us off, even though they don't know we're the children of Israel. Get 2nd Maccabees 8. Actually, no, skip that. Let's get 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. And 2nd Ezra 7:36. Last 2 scriptures.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9.
6 and 9. Yep.
Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God?
So who are the unrighteous who are not going to get the kingdom of God?
Be not deceived. Neither
don't be fooled.
Neither fornicators.
People have sex out of wedlock.
Nor idolaters.
People who either celebrate birthdays or holidays or put anything above the Most High God.
Nor adulterers.
Nor people that cheat on their husbands or wives or people that are single and are having sex and affair with somebody who is married, you're an adulterer too.
Nor effeminate.
Nor effeminate. No female tendencies, no female traits. Because that's going to lean towards what? You being a homosexual. Keep reading.
Nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
There we go right there. No man on a man, no woman on woman.
Nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of God.
So none of those people who continue in those sins and don't repent of those sins will not get the kingdom of God. Now, last scripture, 2 Ezra 7:36, because we do want these people to come out of their sins so those who they can get the kingdom. Because there's plenty of sins that we came out of too. So I know you wouldn't want somebody to just condemn you and not try to give you the right knowledge to repent of that sin. So we got to do the same thing for our brothers and sisters. As vile as it may be and nasty it may be, they could still repent. So we got to pray for them.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 7, verse 36. Then said I, Abraham prayed first for the Sodomites.
So he prayed first for the Sodomites. Why? Because he knows that spirit on them is vile and it's hard to get off of people.
And Moses for the fathers that sinned in the wilderness.
And our people that sinned in the wilderness. So he did pray for the Sodomites. So if you hear and you teach in the street or you meet gay people in real life who might want to know about the scriptures, deal with them. Deal with them in a way where you can show them the correction without just saying you're going to hell. Of course, that is going to be the judgment if they continue it, but we want to bring our people in. We don't want to push them away. Now, if it gets to the point where, I'm talking to brothers, not sisters, if it gets to the point where they scoffing and you might have to bring our scriptures on, bring it out to them the truth, but try to lure them in to try to repent. Don't just push them away and say you're gay, you can't get to the kingdom of God. Show them their errors and show them how to get right. That's what we got to do as a people.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.